Hello everyone, welcome to MMA Wired. Dana White recently said that he was interested in seeing Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson on a season of The Ultimate Fighter. Now that is something exciting. What is Joe Rogan's genius idea to fix MMA refereeing? Is it really a mind-blowing idea? Why is Jorge Masvidal accusing Herb Dean of bias in refereeing? Lastly, you won't believe what happened when Marlon Vera went to pick up his nephew. Stick around till the end, and we've got you covered. Don't miss out on our next update. Subscribe and get your hands on the latest stories before the rest. First up, we look at the rumors that Dana White is thinking of having Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson on a season of The Ultimate Fighter. UFC President Dana White recently revealed that he is willing to entertain the idea of doing a season of The Ultimate Fighter between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson. The idea was initially proposed by Ferguson, and Nurmagomedov, who is retired from the UFC and is focused as a promoter for Eagle FC, accepted it. Although they never got to face each other, there is still some conflict between the two, as seen in their social media clashes. During an interview with the Spin and Backfist Boys, Dana White was asked if he would consider making this happen. Dana White agreed. Similarly, in an interview with Barstool Sports, Dana White said,
"I'll consider it."
All right. Just make it a no. I think it would be worth looking into.
I mean, with the right guys, and I think those two are the right guys. They would make sense.
Okay.
And Tony and
I will absolutely entertain that idea.
And Tony Khabib bickering is some of the
There's almost like
stuff
some some leftover tension somewhere probably a little bit.
Well, hopefully they'll get pissed off enough at each other that they actually want to fight, and I can make it.
At present, there's a lot of debate over judging in MMA. After Carla Esparza and Rose Namajunas' boring fight at UFC 274 and Logan Storley's grappling-heavy performance at Bellator 281, the calls for some reform have been growing louder. In addition, there have been controversial results like Ketlin Vieira's split over Holly Holm at UFC Fight Night 206. So a lot of fans and experts have given their takes on how to fix MMA judging. Now, in a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Joe Rogan discussed this with UFC bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling. He said,
maybe there's a way to score it, like you would give points for moments in fights where someone either did damage or someone had control. But control was not worth as much as damage because you could survive control unscathed. You know, just because someone has you down, maybe in half guard, and you're just clinching and controlling, you could survive that for a couple minutes sometimes and nothing happens.
Yep.
So that even though the person's in control of you, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But then damage. How much more is damage worth? If you see the person gets wobbled or you see a big impactful kick, something where you're wow, that was a significant moment in the fight.
Yeah.
So that would be worth more.
Many fans have pointed out that these developments have already been thought of by the Association of Boxing Commissions, whose unified rules of mixed martial arts incorporate these ideas. So, Joe Rogan wasn't talking about anything new. Next up, let's see why Jorge Masvidal is accusing Herb Dean of bias. So, Jorge Masvidal believes Herb Dean doesn't treat him fairly and no longer wants Dean to referee his UFC fights. During UFC 272, Jorge Masvidal suffered from an eye injury caused by a foul made by Colby Covington. Masvidal now has to undergo laser eye surgery to fix this eye injury. He believes that Herb Dean did a poor job of officiating the fight and that Dean did not call fouls at critical moments. Before Colby Covington made his first takedown attempt, Masvidal received a poke to his eye. He informed Herb Dean about it. The referee did not take any action to stop the proceedings. It was only later that Dean warned Colby Covington. Also, Jorge Masvidal received an illegal knee to the groin in the second round. This also drew a warning from the ref. Jorge Masvidal stated,
"Well, we've had a couple problems, and the Donald Cerrone was one of them as well. Jake Annenberger as well. I don't know. I don't think I'm his cup of tea, and he kind of takes it out when we're refereeing. He's done some things that I'm it's kind of weird, And then I get clearly throws a low blow that, and I'm not saying this changed the outcome of the fight now, but clearly throws a low blow that's intentional, and Herb doesn't do anything about it. Just gives him a little warning, and I don't know."
Now, Jorge Masvidal has a right to request that Dean no longer oversees his fights, and there is a precedent after John Jones claimed John McCarthy treated him unfairly, asking for the legendary former UFC referee not to take charge of his fights. But Herb Dean is a veteran referee. Dean has been refereeing in UFC since 2004. Though there have been some controversies in his career, Dana White and Joe Rogan have both referred to him as gold standard. Dean has not responded to Masvidal's remarks. Let's now talk about some upbeat news regarding Marlon Vera. So recently, Marlon Vera went to pick up his nephew from school, and he was swarmed by kids. So it seems like UFC bantamweight contender Marlon Vera is an absolute star in his native Ecuador. Vera took every picture and signed every autograph. And that's that. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.